This, they say, is the city where East meets West. Istanbul's people, a mix of the traditional and the modern, certainly seem to prove the idiom true. The majestic dome of St. Sophia recalls days when this city was known as Constantinople, the jewel at the heart of the Byzantium Empire. Now 99% of the population are Muslim. 1,000 years of Roman rule was crushed by the Ottomans, and their influence remains today. St. Sophia is a mosque now, not a basilica. The Ottoman conquerors built a fortress overlooking the Bosphorus, the stretch of water dividing Asia and Europe. They guarded the channel jealously. Today's rulers are more concerned about making Turkey as much a part of the West as possible. This new shopping centre could be anywhere in a big Western city. It reflects confidence in a European future, a future Turkey hopes will take off with its admission to the European community, although its application has yet to be accepted. Just outside Ankara is another link with the West, the F-16 assembly plant that opened this year. In a deal with the US, Turkey agreed to buy fighter planes if America would help set up this plant to build more. They're hugely expensive, but offer this nation a chance to do business with customers in Europe. This leap towards modernization may be in fact an anachronism. As a NATO country, Turkey sees an enemy to the north, the Soviet Union. But it's arming itself with hardware like this at a time when the rest of Europe and even the US are scaling down their might. Tourism may provide a less risky financial link with the West. Visitors crowd the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul to the exclusion of the locals, and certainly try to look more Turkish than the Turks. And in conflict with the teachings of Islam, there's even a casino here, under a white flashing light. But like the fezzes and the bazaar, it's just for the tourists. Life is not that glamorous for most Turks. Every morning the ferries bring 6 or 7 million to a workplace much more Europeanized than they would have sightseers believe. Nobody knows the exact size of the workforce. The population is perhaps 60 million and increases by about 2.5% every year. The average wage is $100 a month. But the people who eke out a living selling papers or bread from street stalls don't make that much and have no hope of ever saving the $8,000 for a car or the $800 for a television set. Worse still, poor country people have flocked to Istanbul in seam-splitting numbers. There's no welfare system to help them, and their shanties jostle for a tiny space on the once green hills around the city. Even those who do have jobs don't necessarily have rights to go with them. These shipbuilders can't strike for a pay rise. They can only demonstrate, and in doing so must champion some ironic alliances. Others have done better, like the man who turned this bank's huge deficit into a $40 million profit in 4 years, and made it into Turkey's biggest leasing company.
The average unskilled monthly salary of a Turkish worker is only $100 equivalent.
Which seems quite appalling from my point of view.
It is appalling. I think that it's about $400 in Hong Kong. Now, it is maybe close to mainland China. Now, even if that $100 is increased to $200, we still have labor costs, which is half of Hong Kong. This is why Turkey has been very successful in exporting its labor-intensive industries. These are
so massive pay rises wouldn't, in fact, hurt Turkey's economy.
It will not the exports. It will not hurt the exports.
But before Turkey can be accepted by the European community, there's another issue to be scrutinized: her poor human rights record. The West has been told torture continues to occur in prisons.
Özellikle siyasi konuda yakalanan kişi sanık işkenceye tabi tutulmakta. Tabi bu sadece onlara bağlı değil. Adi konularda da yani herhangi bir kavgada, bir dövüşte yakalanan kişi de zaman zaman.
The government continues to deny the charges.
In Turkey, no, it's not more than the other countries, member of the European community.
But there are plenty of students in the square outside Istanbul's university who say otherwise, although few dare to speak when under the watchful gaze of the riot police, whose very presence here indicates the distrust between citizen and authority. As Turkey relentlessly pursues its dream of a European future, many of its people may be silenced or forgotten along the way, casualties of change.